Hey folks, hi. Hey folks, what's up? What's up? What's up? Awesome. Hi Harshit, कैसे हो यार? How are things? सबसे पहले प्लीज 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 लाइक द वीडियो एज मच एज पॉसिबल. अगर अब वीडियो लाइव नहीं किया है तो प्लीज प्लीज लाइक द वीडियो and share it with all your friends. This is going to be an amazing session. This is going to be an amazing session. Hey Sujit, hi, pleasure talking to you. Please like the video and share it across with your friends so that we can have more and more fun. Yeah. Hey Saloni, how are you? बताओ यार बताओ. आई वांट यू गाइस टू डू. संडे को जनता प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट पढ़ने के लिए आई है. दिस इज इंटरेस्टिंग. दिस इज सुपर इंटरेस्टिंग. Hi Saloni. Please guys, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do it. Time is wrong in the sheet. Oh yeah. I see that. I see that. कोई बात नहीं शिवम. We will start by 5:03. Yeah. नहीं 7 बजे नहीं है. 5 बजे ही है. It's wrong in the sheet. It's wrong in the sheet. Yeah. Please like the video. We will start in another 2 minutes. Hey Shweta, I'm fine. How are you doing? I am doing great, man. Great. Awesome. Oh, first time watching. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. What else? What else? क्या चल रहा है? संडे को क्या चल रहा है? What's new? I'm doing okay, Ayush. How are you doing? Awesome. Awesome. Okay, Aditya. First time interest. I hope I keep up to your expectations. Awesome. Awesome. Amazing. 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 Cool. Another 2 minutes and we'll quickly start. We will move into this session. Hey Ami, very nice. Very nice. It's going to be a fun session. Yeah. Awesome. A lot of people are coming for the first time. क्या बात है? क्या बात है? Awesome. Yeah, Kshitij. I too am excited for the session. Awesome. Cool. So quickly, let's go through the structure of the session. The structure of the session is like this. I will give 15 minutes. I will read and I will explain it to you the concept of product roadmaps. How does it work? What is actually happening in product roadmaps? And after 15 minutes, I'll give a 5-minute break. 5-minute break में जो भी सवाल आप करोगे, I will try to answer those questions. And we'll keep it very simple. Very simple. Very simple and very easy to understand. We will not make it complicated. ठीक है? हाँ बिल्कुल. Gamer Gary, I will recommend books. So quickly I'm starting. So what we will cover in this session is number 1, developing product roadmaps for your business. Number 2, how to write great concept notes and PRDs. Number 3, how do you prioritize in a ruthless and effective way. तुम tasks को कैसे prioritize करते हो in a ruthless and effective way. Fourth, doing a robust release and post release management. मैं फिर से बताता हूँ. Number 1, we will discuss how do you develop product roadmaps for your business. That's one. कि आप product roadmap कैसे बनाते हो. Number 2, how do you write great concept notes and PRDs? What's a PRD? PRD is a product requirement document. It's a document that product managers make and send it across to engineering for developing features, releases, and stuff like that. Number 3, how do you prioritize the features in an effective way? क्योंकि हम सब कुछ नहीं बना सकते. As a product manager, you only make certain kind of features live for the customer, which are very important for the customer. So that is number 3. And number 4, जब आप रिलीज करने वाले हो तो रिलीज का मतलब होता है कि तुम एंड यूजर को एक्चुअली भेज रहे हो रिलीज. How do you do a robust release and a post release management? यहां तक क्लियर है? Give me a yes in the chat कि you understand what I said till now. Give me a yes in the chat कि ये बात समझ में आई कि we are going to cover 4 important things. Amazing. Cool. तो गाइडलाइंस क्या है? इस सेशन की गाइडलाइंस ये है कि मैं 15 मिनट्स तक पढ़ाऊंगा, फिर मैं 5 मिनट का ब्रेक लूंगा. आई विल टेक अ ब्रेक फॉर 5 मिनट्स. इन 5 मिनट्स यू आस्क व्हाटएवर क्वेश्चन आई कैन आंसर एंड देन आई विल टीच अगेन फॉर 15 मिनट्स. एंड ऐसे ही हम करेंगे. वी विल डू इट फॉर 1 आवर. ये सेशन 1 घंटे का होगा. 1 घंटा 10 मिनट या 1 घंटे का सेशन होगा. ठीक है, कूल. तो सबसे पहले एक प्रोडक्ट रोड मैप क्या होता है? कैन समबडी टेल मी व्हाट्स अ प्रोडक्ट रोड मैप? मुझे बताओ व्हाट्स अ प्रोडक्ट रोड मैप. मेरे को चैट में लिख के बताओ व्हाट्स अ प्रोडक्ट रोड मैप. What's a road map? Why do you call it road map? Tell me. I'm listening. I want to see some answers in the sheet. What do you mean by a road map? What's a road map? Socho, it comes from the word road map. Okay. Okay. Ashutosh is writing it's a plan to achieve something. Okay. Abhishek Anand बोल रहे हैं रास्ता, structure. Correct. It comes from the word road map, यानी कि map of a road, right? It's a map in which the map of the road is given. और road map के लिए सबसे important क्या होता है? When you move from one place to another place, what's the most important thing? The most important thing is the end goal where you want to reach. जब तुम ए पोजीशन से बी पोजीशन पे जा रहे हो, व्हाट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट? दैट यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द बी पोजीशन. बी क्या है? व्हाट्स द फाइनल गोल, राइट? प्रोडक्ट रोड मैप भी उसी को बोलते हैं. इट्स अ हाई लेवल समरी ऑफ व्हाट आर यू बिल्डिंग एंड व्हाट डू यू वांट टू अचीव. इट्स अ हाई लेवल व्यू, राइट? और हाई लेवल व्यू कब तक अचीव नहीं हो सकता? जब तक तुम्हारा विजन क्लियर ना हो. अगर तुम्हारा विजन क्लियर नहीं है तो हाई लेवल व्यू नहीं बन सकता. नहीं बन सकता. व्हाट आई मीन बाय कि सबसे ऊपर क्या होता है? तो सबसे ऊपर होता है सबसे पहले विजन, कि मैं क्या बनाना चाहता हूं. व्हाट डू आई वांट टू मेक? आई वांट टू मेक अ विजन, राइट? माय विजन इज दैट लाइक माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का विजन था कंप्यूटर एट एवरी डेस्क. टेस्ला का विजन है इलेक्ट्रिक, द फ्यूचर इज गोइंग टू बी इलेक्ट्रिक, राइट? तो दैट इज द विजन, राइट? विजन को अचीव करने के लिए द नेक्स्ट थिंग दैट कम्स अक्रॉस आर गोल्स और टेंजिबल गोल्स, राइट? टेंजिबल गोल्स का मतलब क्या होता है? टेंजिबल का मतलब होता है जो गोल्स मेजरेबल हैं. मेजरेबल का मतलब होता है जो मैथमेटिकली मेजरेबल है. कि यार कि कोई ऐसा गोल नहीं, जैसे कल को मैं किसी दुकान में जाऊंगा, मैं बोलूंगा कि यार हाउ डू यू मेजर द सक्सेस ऑफ दिस शॉप? द शॉपकीपर सेज सर बड़ी अच्छी चल रही है. ऐसे कुछ नहीं होता. गोल हमेशा मैथमेटिकल होता है. मैथमेटिकल मतलब शॉपकीपर बोलेगा आई एम डूइंग 50,000 प्रॉफिट. दैट इज अ गोल. दैट्स अ गोल दैट आई वांट टू अचीव. तो सबसे ऊपर होता है विजन. विजन के नीचे होते हैं गोल्स. गोल्स के नीचे क्या होता है? गोल्स के नीचे होती है स्ट्रैटेजी. स्ट्रैटेजी का क्या मतलब होता है? स्ट्रैटेजी बेसिकली मींस अ वे टू अचीव एंड अ मेथड टू अचीव द गोल. अगेन, स्ट्रैटेजी इज अ मेथड टू अचीव द गोल, राइट? ये कर लिया हमने स्ट्रैटेजी के बाद. स्ट्रैटेजी के बाद आता है प्रोडक्ट रोड मैप, कि इस स्ट्रैटेजी को, जैसे मैं एग्जांपल देता हूं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, स्विगी टुमारो वॉन्ट्स टू इफेक्टिवली बिल्ड अ वेरी प्रॉफिटेबल बिजनेस. तो उनका विजन क्या होगा? विजन इज टू बिल्ड अ प्रॉफिटेबल बिजनेस. दैट्स देयर विजन, राइट? व्हाट इज देयर गोल? Profitability on every order. That's their goal. What's their strategy? Strategy is that I will build the delivery fees in such a way that we are profitable in every order. Again, I am repeating this. For example, Swiggy wants to achieve the vision of profitability. That's one. What is the second part? What is the goal? The goal of the strategy is that profitability on every order, right? That's the goal. Ki I should be profitable on every order. What is the strategy to achieve that? That the strategy is that basically we will effectively make the delivery fees in such a way that we are profitable on every order. And then what is roadmap? How do you compute the delivery fee? What exactly should be included? What exactly should not be included, right? So a roadmap is a high level summary of what are you building. अगर तुम्हारा रोड मैप ये कम्युनिकेट नहीं कर रहा, द हाई लेवल समरी, इफ इट्स नॉट कम्युनिकेटिंग, इट्स नॉट अ रोड मैप. इट्स जस्ट अ लिस्ट ऑफ फीचर्स. अ रोड मैप शुड बी एबल टू गिव द टीम द विजन that basically this is what we want to achieve and this is why we want to achieve. It's not a list of features achieved in a prioritized manner, right? So the roadmap के अब goals क्या होते हैं? What are the top 5-6 goals of a roadmap? Number 1, it should describe your vision and strategy. Strategy मैंने बोला, it's a method to achieve the goals. That's strategy. Second, it should be a guiding document for executing the strategy. What I mean by that is कि अगर तुम्हारा कोई रोड मैप बन रहा है, it should effectively communicate to the team that what exactly are we building. It should be a guiding document, right? Third, it should bring all the stakeholders in alignment, कि सारे के सारे लोग अलाइन हो जाएं कि यार कि ये बनाना है हमें, ठीक है. फोर्थ, इट शुड फैसिलिटेट द डिस्कशंस ऑफ ऑप्शंस एंड सिनेरियो प्लानिंग, कि कल को अगर कुछ नहीं चला तो हम क्या करेंगे, राइट. फिफ्थ, कम्युनिकेट प्रोग्रेस एंड स्टेटस ऑफ प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट, कि अगर मैं कल को बना रहा हूं कुछ प्रोडक्ट, इट शुड ऑल्सो गिव मी द स्टेटस कि प्रोडक्ट कहां तक पहुंचा, what exactly is going good, what exactly is going wrong, right? Last होता है help communicate your strategy to the external stakeholders. तो 6 मेजर पॉइंट्स है एक रोड मैप के. नंबर 1, इट शुड गाइड योर विजन एंड स्ट्रेटजी. इट शुड बी अ गाइडिंग डॉक्यूमेंट. सेकंड, इट शुड प्रोवाइड अ गाइडिंग डॉक्यूमेंट फॉर एग्जीक्यूटिंग द स्ट्रेटजी, कि सबको पता चल जाना चाहिए, सेल्स को, मार्केटिंग को, ऑपरेशंस को, कि हम क्या बना रहे हैं. थर्ड, इट शुड ब्रिंग एवरीबडी इन अलाइनमेंट. फोर्थ, इट शुड गिव फैसिलिटेट द डिस्कशंस ऑफ ऑप्शंस एंड सिनेरियो, कि कल को कुछ नहीं काम किया तो क्या करेंगे. फिफ्थ, इट शुड गिव यू द प्रोग्रेस एंड स्टेटस ऑफ प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट, कि हम कहां तक पहुंचे हैं. एंड लास्ट, इट शुड ब्रिंग एवरीबडी इन अलाइनमेंट. यहां तक बात क्लियर है? इज दिस क्लियर टू यू गाइस? गिव मी अ यस इन द चैट. गिव मी अ यस इन द चैट. यहां तक बात क्लियर है? गिव मी अ यस इन द चैट गाइस. बताओ बताओ यार, क्या कर रहे हो? आज मजा आ रहा है. बहुत अच्छे, बहुत अच्छे, बहुत बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. ठीक है. अब क्या होता है, मैंने क्या बोला कि रोड मैप को बनाने के लिए वी स्टार्ट फ्रॉम विजन. विजन के बाद होता है स्ट्रैटेजी, ठीक है. गोल्स होते हैं, गोल्स के बाद होता है स्ट्रैटेजी. हमेशा हम ना टॉप डाउन जाते हैं. हम क्या करते हैं, पहले स्ट्रैटेजी बनाते हैं. जैसे मैं एग्जांपल देता हूं. फॉर एग्जांपल, स्विगी वांट्स टू अचीव प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी और इक्सिको वांट्स टू मेक माई ट्रिप वांट्स टू अचीव प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी. वो बोलेंगे हमारी स्ट्रैटेजी है, नंबर 1, वी विल चार्ज हाई कन्वीनियंस फी. Number 2, we will give a better consumer experience. Number 3, we will improve the referral flow. हम तीन स्ट्रैटेजी के रूल्स बना लेते हैं. नंबर 1, we will charge a convenience fee. Number 2, we will give a high consumer experience. Number 3, that we will build a very strong referral flow. अब ये स्ट्रैटेजी है. इस स्ट्रैटेजी के नीचे फीचर्स की लिस्ट बनाई जाएगी. वो फीचर की लिस्ट is going to be a roadmap. तो नंबर 2 मान लो, उन्होंने बोला कि the second pillar of our profitability is a good customer experience. तो वो बोलेंगे what is a good customer experience? A good customer experience, number 1 would be that there should be a seamless way of doing a ticket. Number 2, there should be a way to give referral to other customers. Number 3, there should be a group structure of buying tickets. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मैं एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूं आपको कि हम सबसे पहले क्या करते हैं, स्ट्रैटेजी बनाते हैं. स्ट्रैटेजी के नीचे हम बेसिकली पिलर्स बनाते हैं, और वो पिलर्स होते हैं रोड मैप के पिलर्स. एंड दिस इज द बेस्ट अप्रोच, क्योंकि स्ट्रैटेजी को मेजर करने के लिए हमें मेट्रिक्स देखने पड़ते हैं. स्ट्रैटेजी को मेजर करने के लिए हमें वी हैव टू लुक एट सर्टेन मेट्रिक्स. दीज मेट्रिक्स आर मैथमेटिकल इन नेचर, right? So the top down discussion and planning has a higher chance of producing a good roadmap which move the needle of the company. Move the needle का मतलब होता है actual goal of the company को move करते हैं. तो for sharing a high level vision के नीचे हम goals बनाएंगे, goals के नीचे हम strategy बनाएंगे, strategy के नीचे हम roadmap बनाएंगे, and we will bring everybody on board. ठीक है? This is a very good method to do this. Now, steps to create a roadmap. Steps. The first step is develop your product strategy, right? कि हम क्या बेसिकली, हमें सबसे पहले स्ट्रैटेजिकली हमें क्या करना है, उसको बनाने के लिए हमें a product roadmap is not a document of simply noting and start drafting. You have to build a strategy कि what are we trying to achieve. That's one. अब इस strategy first approach के benefits क्या होते हैं? Why should we build the strategy as a first approach, right? Number 1, it makes it easier for everybody to understand the product vision. Strategy हमेशा vision के साथ. मैं example देता हूँ. For example, your vision is that I want to go from Chandigarh to Bombay in a bus, right? Now, the first approach would be कि ये बहुत ही high level है कि चंडीगढ़ से मेरे को बॉम्बे जाना है ना बस, बट व्हाट इज द गोइंग टू बी द स्ट्रैटेजी, स्ट्रैटेजी के लिए हम विजन को ब्रेक करेंगे कि पहले चंडीगढ़ से मैं जाऊंगा मध्य प्रदेश, मध्य प्रदेश से मैं जाऊंगा बैंगलोर, बैंगलोर से मैं जाऊंगा बॉम्बे। तो हमने विजन को भी ब्रेक कर दिया, विजन 1, विजन 2, विजन 3, राइट। विजन 1 को अचीव करने के लिए हम बोलेंगे कि आई विल टेक अ हरियाणा रोडवेज बस। सो तुमने क्या किया, तुमने विजन को पहले बहुत हाई लेवल विजन बनाया, हाई लेवल विजन के बाद यू ब्रोक इट डाउन इनटू मल्टीपल पीसेस, वंस यू ब्रोक इट डाउन इनटू मल्टीपल पीसेस, फॉर अचीविंग एवरी पीस यू बिल्ट अ स्ट्रैटेजी, राइट। इट मेक्स इट इजियर फॉर पीपल टू अंडरस्टैंड कि अच्छा बंदे को चंडीगढ़ से बॉम्बे जाना था, इसीलिए उसने पहले चंडीगढ़ से मध्य प्रदेश गया हो। तो दैट इज व्हाई the first thing the strategy first approach does, it gives a very good constituency to your strategy, that what exactly should we follow, what exactly should we not follow. That's one. Second, it makes it easier for everyone to see the product vision. जैसे जिंग बस है, जिंग बस इज अ वेरी गुड स्टार्टअप, राइट। वो बोलते हैं कि द बस टेकिंग एक्सपीरियंस इज गोइंग टू बी सीमलेस, इट्स गोइंग टू बी बिग। तो इट उनकी जो स्ट्रेटजी होगी, इट विल ऑटोमेटिकली डिपिक्ट कि हमें बस के एक्सपीरियंस को अच्छा बनाने के लिए क्या करना है। तो जैसे अभी रिसेंटली उन्होंने एड्स चलाए कि बस के अंदर तो यू कैन वॉच एनी ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म, तो दे आर इंप्रूविंग द बस टेकिंग एक्सपीरियंस, राइट, फ्रॉम देयर स्ट्रेटजी। एंड व्हाट इज देयर गोल, दैट एवरीबॉडी शुड बुक अ बस टिकट फ्रॉम देम, राइट। जैसे जिंक बस का फिर से एग्जांपल दे रहा हूं, जिंक बस ने कहा कि हम बस टेकिंग एक्सपीरियंस को बहुत अच्छा बनाएंगे। व्हाट इज देयर स्ट्रेटजी, देयर स्ट्रेटजी इज दैट एवरीबॉडी हु टेक्स अ बस टेक्स इवेंचुअली अ बस फ्रॉम जिंक बस, राइट। और उसको अचीव करने के लिए क्या है, उन्होंने अभी बोला कि फ्रॉम एन वी वुड बी एबल टू टेक अ सब्सक्रिप्शन ऑफ अ ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म इन द बस इटसेल्फ. So they are improving the bus ticket experience. So the strategy first approach has several benefits. It explains the vision and the roadmap, and simultaneously it allows everybody to understand the vision of the company and why we want to achieve something. Right. Now, the second part that comes across after building the strategy is develop your product goals. What are your goals? Right. अब स्ट्रैटेजी तो एक हाई लेवल डॉक्यूमेंट हो गया, उसके बाद हम बनाते हैं गोल्स। गोल्स आर मैथमेटिकल इन नेचर, कि बेसिकली मैं कोई गोल बना रहा हूं कि ओके माय ऑर्डर वैल्यू और टिकट बुकिंग वैल्यू शुड बी ग्रेटर देन द कॉस्ट दैट आई एम इनकरिंग, राइट। आई शुड बी प्रॉफिटेबल ऑन एवरी ऑर्डर, माय कैक शुड बी लेस देन, कैक होता है कॉस्ट ऑफ एक्वायरिंग अ कस्टमर, शुड बी लेस देन रेवेन्यू. That is also another way of looking at things, right? So from the product vision you can derive product goals which influence the initiatives in your roadmap, right? And there are multiple ways to look at these product goals, right? These goals can be brought from multiple places. ये कहां से पता चलते हैं हमें goals? 5-6 जगहों से. The first thing that you see is competitive differentiation. क्या मैं अपने कॉम्पिटिटर को देख रहा हूं और वो क्या अच्छा कर रहा है, तो मैं वैसा कुछ बनाऊंगा कि आई वुड बी एबल टू डू द सेम थिंग इन अ प्रॉफिटेबल एंड जस्टिफाइबल मैनर. Second, customer delight. Third, technical improvements. Fourth, sustain product features. Fifth, improve customer satisfaction. Last, increase lifetime value. These are the six major points through which you should be able to come up with your product goals, and you put these product goals in the form of KPIs. KPI का मतलब होता है की परफॉर्मेंस इंडिकेटर और अ मेट्रिक. किसी मेट्रिक के नाम के होते हैं. मेट्रिक अगर अच्छे होंगे, इफ यू आर चूजिंग द राइट मेट्रिक, योर गोल्स वुड बी राइट. इतनी बात समझ में आई? इज दिस क्लियर टू यू गाइस? गिव मी अ यस इन द चैट. गिव मी अ यस इन द चैट. मैं आगे चलूंगा. यहां तक बात समझ में आ गई? बहुत बढ़िया आशुतोष, अमेजिंग. ठीक है, मैं यहां पे वेट करता हूं, मैं थोड़े क्वेश्चंस देखता हूं कि. तो राजीव इज आस्किंग कि how is CSAT different from customer delight? See, CSAT is only, it's a lagging metric. CSAT का मतलब होता है कि after a customer has taken the responsibility or taken the service, right? उसके बाद हम measure करते हैं कि वो successful है कि नहीं. But customer delight को measure करने, it can be taken at multiple points. The first point is after somebody just signs up for the service. Second point is while the customer is using the service. Third point is after the service. So CSAT is measured at multiple places, And customer delight is measured in multiple places. CSAT is measured after the customer takes the service. Awesome. Awesome. Cool. Cool. Now, difference between a backlog and a roadmap, right? अब backlog क्या होता है? Backlog का मतलब होता है backlog. It's a log of back-end tasks, which basically mean anything that was not picked up in a sprint. Sprint का मतलब क्या होता है? Sprint is a measurable way of 2 weeks or 1 week or 3 weeks to do development. कोई भी टास्क जो स्प्रिंट में नहीं लिया जाता उसको हम बैकलॉग में ऐड कर देते हैं और बोलते हैं कि ये बैकलॉग में ऐड हो गया है, अब इसको हम नेक्स्ट स्प्रिंट में लेंगे. So backlog is just a culmination of tasks which were not picked up or were deprioritized. But roadmap is not that. Roadmap मैंने जैसे बताया, it's a picture of the vision, right? तो backlog के अंदर वो सारे tasks आएंगे जो tasks basically हमने pick नहीं किए हैं. And roadmap के अंदर हमारा strategic vision आएगा. तो इसीलिए but the backlog itself, पढ़ो यहाँ पे, but the backlog in itself is not the roadmap. A product roadmap defines a strategic view of where the product is headed. The backlog is more on the line of something that was not picked, something that was not important, something that was we could not deliver in a sprint, and we add that to the backlog. इसीलिए दोनों में डिफरेंस है, बहुत डिफरेंस है दोनों में. कभी भी ये गलती मत करना कि अपने बैकलॉग को अपना रोड मैप समझ लेना. Does that make sense? Awesome. Now, the next part that I want to talk about is the typical roadmap challenges. Now, roadmaps are very challenging because roadmaps is a high level view, right? So product managers often get frustrated so that stakeholders are not in alignment with the roadmap. कई बार क्या होता है, product managers bring a roadmap in terms of a document. डॉक्यूमेंट में लेके आ जाते हैं और बोलते हैं कि सर ये बनाना है हमें. पूरी की पूरी जो क्या कहते हैं इसको, मैनेजमेंट टीम होती है, वो बोलती है क्यों बनाना है, किस लिए बनाना है, क्या करना है, क्या सेंस बनाता है, डज इट मेक इवन सेंस, ऑल ऑफ दोस थिंग्स, राइट? तो ये सारी चीजें बोलते हैं. तो इट बिकम्स वेरी हार्ड फॉर अ प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर टू एक्सप्लेन इट टू द मैनेजमेंट दैट व्हाई अ रोड मैप इज नीडेड, राइट? सो इसको बनाने के लिए एक बहुत ही अच्छा तरीका होता है जिसको हम बोलते हैं यूज अ मेट्रिक ड्रिवन रोड मैप. Right? Metric driven product management is the foundation of great roadmaps, right? It is at the heart of great roadmaps. What it effectively means is that if you can align certain metrics to the goals of the roadmap, right? For example, if you have improved the login flow of a company, you can say our CAC will reduce, right? Or for example, you have improved the service of an edtech player, you can say my CSAT will go up. CSAT is customer satisfaction attribute score, right? Basically you can say कि इसकी वजह से ये मेट्रिक ऊपर गया या इसकी वजह से ये मेट्रिक नीचे गया. If you have very clearly outlined certain metrics which are tied to a roadmap, it becomes easier for the company to understand the value of the roadmap. Does this make sense? Give me a yes or no. Give me a yes. Is this clear? कि जब भी हम रोड मैप बनाएंगे, we always as product managers will try to understand that why do metrics make so much sense while designing a roadmap. Make sense? तो हम metrics को शुरू goals के साथ tie करने की कोशिश करेंगे. ठीक है? अब by defining the right metrics, you can get a very good insight on what are the product decisions and what exactly your product roadmap will entail. It's a good practice to begin discussing success metrics very early during the development phases of the product, so that by that time your product get released, your metrics are well defined. It is a very good practice कि तुम metrics पहले ही define कर लो. क्यों define करो? इसलिए define करो क्योंकि after the product gets released, you can measure the success of the product in a very normal way. One of the very good ways to do is called the scientific mindset, right? What do you mean by scientific mindset? Is that take a hypothesis. Like बहुत बार ऐसा होता है तुम्हारा नया प्रोडक्ट है, कोई डेटा नहीं है, यू डोंट हैव एनी डेटा, तो क्या तो मेट्रिक कैसे डिफाइन करोगे? मेट्रिक डिफाइन करना बहुत हार्ड है. It's very hard to define a metric when you have no data. तो तुम क्या करो, एक hypothesis बनाओ. Like for example, you are improving the sign up flow in makemytrick.com. So what is the simplest way to come up with the metric? The simplest way to come up with the metric is कि sign up flow की वजह से more users will be able to sign up, and since more users will be able to sign up, my CAC will decrease. CAC is customer acquisition cost. It will go down, right? So use the scientific mindset, come up with a hypothesis, assign a metric to it. That's a very good way. बहुत बार 90% ऑफ द केसेस में कई बार वो मेट्रिक सही भी नहीं होते, लेकिन फिर भी इट्स अ वेरी गुड वे टू मेजर द सक्सेस ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट, राइट? Second thing is always question, are you measuring the right things? Ultimately, the metrics which you choose depend on the stage of the product, your industry, your type of product. Fintech है तो तुम KYC के metrics भी देखोगे, edtech है तो तुम course completion rate के metrics देखोगे, तो क्या कहते हैं health tech है तो तुम success of booking of health service providers देखोगे. तो and you should avoid vanity metrics as much as possible. Vanity metrics का मतलब होता है जिन metrics का कोई मतलब नहीं. जैसे बहुत सारे लोग क्या बोलते हैं कि सर हम तो टाइम स्पेंट मेजर करते हैं. टाइम स्पेंट मेजर करते हो, अगर तुम्हारा एपीआई ही काम नहीं कर रहा, अगर तुम्हारा प्रोडक्ट ही काम नहीं कर रहा, तो तुम्हारा टाइम स्पेंट ऊपर जाएगा logically, right? For example, Flipkart tomorrow says that one of our core metrics is time spent. But why will time spent be a core metric? If your product is not doing well, time spent automatically will go up. So you should avoid those vanity metrics as much as possible and make it a point that you cover only those kind of metrics which actually add value to the business. Metrics भी तीन तरह के होते हैं: baseline metrics, leading metrics, lagging metrics. Baseline metrics वो metrics होते हैं जो कंपनी की हेल्थ को बताते हैं, जैसे कि एनपीएस, जैसे कि रेवेन्यू पर यूजर, जैसे कि टोटल रेवेन्यू, जैसे कि प्रॉफिट, राइट? लीडिंग मेट्रिक्स वो मेट्रिक्स होते हैं जो हेल्थ को, जिसको इंप्रूव करने के बाद हम कंपनी की बेसलाइन मेट्रिक्स को इंप्रूव कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर वेट इज अ बेसलाइन मेट्रिक, सो कैलोरीज इनटेकन will be a leading metric, and lagging metrics are those metrics which define the health of the business but in a late way, like NPS खराब है तो तुम्हें ये पता चलेगा कि मेरी प्रोसेस खराब है. तुम NPS को इंप्रूव नहीं कर सकते by doing insertions. Make sense? यहां तक बात क्लियर है? Give me a yes in the chat. Give me a yes in the chat, guys. यहां तक बात क्लियर है? Is this clear to you guys? बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया, अमेजिंग. यार तुम लोग तो इतने स्मार्ट हो यार. मैं कई बार सोचता हूँ कि मैं प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट पढ़ा रहा हूँ, पर मेरे से ज्यादा स्मार्ट तो मेरी जनता है. बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. ओके, बहुत बढ़िया. ठीक है. नाउ इन ऑर्डर टू prioritize your roadmap in a ruthless way, what we do is, once we've identified our goals, right, we try to come up with a list of ideas कि अब roadmap में कौन से ideas होने चाहिए, right? सुजीत ने एक सवाल पूछा है, didn't get NPS and insertion. सुजीत, NPS को हम after the NPS is poor तब इंप्रूव कर सकते हैं. You cannot go and ask the customers कि आपने NPS खराब क्यों दिया है. So NPS is a lagging metric. It's a metric which can be improved after we hear the bad news of that it's poor. Leading metric वो होते हैं जिनको तुम outrightly improve कर सकते, जैसे engagement rate, उनको तुम improve कर सकते हो. तो व्हाट आर द आइडियाज? तो हम क्या करते हैं, हमने क्या किया, हमने विजन डिफाइन कर दिया, हमने गोल्स डिफाइन कर दिए, हमने वी हैव डिफाइंड द क्या कहते हैं ये द स्ट्रेटजी वी डिफाइंड. नाउ वी हैव टू कम अप विद आइडियाज व्हिच फॉल अंडर द बकेट ऑफ स्ट्रेटजी, राइट? So in order to get those ideas, there are 4-5 places which you use through which you can get those methods in those ideas in a very seamless way. The first is customer feedback. सबसे अच्छा तरीका ऑफ डेवलपिंग अ रोड मैप इज टू गेट कस्टमर फीडबैक. उससे बेटर क्या होगा? उससे बेटर तो कुछ है ही नहीं, राइट? टू गेट वेरी गुड कस्टमर फीडबैक, व्हाट इज you obviously go to the sales and marketing team, and obviously one of the best sources of feedback is whether the product is working in the right way, who your customers are. So customer feedback ke through you will get the right kind of ideas of what you want to develop. That's why you should stay closer to your sales team, your marketing team, and your operations team. These are the people who interact with customers on day in day out basis, and once they interacted on day in day out basis, they are effectively able to get very good customer feedback which can be taken into features. That's number one. Second, competitive landscape. You check your customer, you check your competitors out. What are they building? If they are building something super interesting, which is very interesting, which people are liking, that is something that you will do. That is the second place you will get very good ideas for developing the product. Third, sales and customer service. Again, these are the people who interact with your customers day in, day out. Stay close to them, try to understand, get feedback from them, and you will be able to get very good ideas about what you want to develop next in your releases. Fourth, analyst research. How many analysts are effectively used? Analysts, हम बहुत सारी कंपनीज एनालिस्ट्स को लाती है, यूएक्स एनालिस्ट को लाती है, जो कि ये रिसर्च करते हैं कि हमें क्या बनाना है. That is fourth. Fifth, the fifth and the most important part is analytics and metrics. तुमने खुद भी तो analytics कुछ बनाया है ना. If you have brought some analytics by yourself, evidence is far more compelling, and you will be able to get the right opinion from your data that what feature is working, what feature is not working. And since which feature is working and which feature is not doing well, if you have good data, you will be able to come up with very good ideas about what is working and what is not working. तो मैं फिर से रिपीट करता हूं. कस्टमर फीडबैक, competitive landscape, sales and customer service, analyst research, analytics and metrics. Make sense? Now, इन सारे आइडियाज के बाद तुम क्या करोगे? ये सारे आइडियाज तुम्हें मिल गए. You will organize these ideas into themes. Themes, right? What are those themes? Themes are like, for example, तुम्हें customer feedback मिला, login flow खराब है, login flow is not good. Second is I cannot, OTP is not received. Third is that OTP is wrong. For example, let's assume. So the theme here is onboarding. Onboarding की theme में आ जाएगा login flow, OTP validation, OTP addressal. So you will automatically organize these into one theme. And once you will build multiple themes around here, once there are multiple themes, you will get an idea of what is working, what is not working, what is working, what is not working, and you will be able to use these themes to build the product roadmap, right? So क्या करना है? सबसे पहले विजन बनाया, विजन के बाद गोल्स बनाए, गोल्स के बाद स्ट्रेटजी बनाई, स्ट्रेटजी के बाद आइडियाज निकाले इन 6 जगहों से. आइडियाज निकालने के बाद you automatically organize them into themes, which are important themes which you want to develop on. Make sense? Give me a yes in the chat. यहां तक बात समझ में आई? Give me a yes in the chat. Give me a yes in the chat, guys. थोड़ा पानी पी लेता हूं, मैं काफी बात कर रहा हूं. अब होते हैं suggestions for prioritizing, right? What are the suggestions for prioritizing, right? There are 5-6 suggestions that I typically give on prioritizing what is important and what is not important. Number one, regardless of the prioritization method that you choose, here are some approaches. Number one, approach prioritization as a team activity. जब भी तुम्हें कुछ prioritize करना है, तो क्या करो? Go to a whiteboard, put all the ideas there, organize them into themes, right? And go to your team members and say what is important, what is not important. Automatically everyone will start giving points, ticks across every part and saying this is important, this is not important, this is important, this is not important, this is important, this is not important. And that is something that everybody will do, and you will get a list of ideas which are important, right? Limit the number of items. You should not go with a collection of 1,000 ideas. Go with a collection of 50 ideas, 40 ideas. That is second. That's very important. Third, categorize and group them into themes, जो मैंने बताया, right? Fourth, before you begin prioritizing, it's helpful that you provide some value, that if you are able to say that this is what was importantly said by a customer. A lot of times you create word maps कि ज्यादातर customer ने क्या बात की, right? That is the fourth part. And fifth, then start doing t-shirt sizing. T-shirt sizing का मतलब होता है कितना टाइम लगेगा रोड मैप के लिए, कितना टाइम लगेगा एक पर्टिकुलर टास्क के लिए, right? So you start giving out t-shirt sizing of small, medium and large, which will be helpful in the process. Number one, approach it as a team activity. It is not an individual activity. Second, limit the number of items which are needed. Third, categorize the items into themes, right? Fourth, then you effectively put across some customer value to all of the parts that you have given, ideas that you've given across. And fifth is that then you do t-shirt sizing of basically small, medium and large, which will be helpful through the process. This is something that you should do while you're doing a roadmap, while you're building a roadmap. Yahan tak baat clear hai? Give me a yes. Give me a yes in the chat. बताओ भाई, बताओ बताओ, मैं बहुत मेहनत कर रहा हूं, बताओ. बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. Right. Now, there are multiple models through which you can prioritize a roadmap, right? The first model that I typically say is value versus complexity or impact versus ROI, right? That basically, agar तुम एक model बनाओ where impact is on the x-axis and ROI is on the y-axis, right? So you should effectively be able to choose ideas which are very high on ROI and very high on impact, right? So you use a model in which if you are placing on the x-axis impact, y-axis ROI, choose the features which are high ROI, high impact, right? That is where you can also use the Kano model or the Delight model. Kano model pad lena yaar. It's simple. It's not that hard for you guys to effectively check it across, right? Then the third is buy a feature approach. This is also very, very important. It is the same way you place all the features on the board and everybody will go and effectively pick one feature and give a rating of +1 +1 karke. And story mapping. So paying special attention to the level of effort in planning the roadmap, it is extremely important that you use these kind of models. Impact versus ROI may, if on the x-axis there is impact, on the y-axis there is ROI, so you would be able to take high impact, high ROI. Those are the areas that you should effectively focus on, right? This is very, very important. This is why I first suggested that it is very important that on the impact versus ROI scale, weight every feature, give a rating to a feature so that you are able to effectively understand whether what is the ROI of that particular feature that you want to build, right? So you have to weight each feature in addition to any kind of help that is needed or any kind of structure that is needed to that particular feature, and you should be able to weigh that across on impact versus ROI scale and choose high impact, high ROI. That is very, very important. यहां तक बात क्लियर है? वैल्यू, अच्छा, सो गेमर गैरी ने लिखा है वैल्यू डिसाइड कौन करता है. सर वैल्यू डिसाइड कौन करता है और कैसे करते हैं? So in this, what you typically do is you go to the customer feedback and try to understand which feedbacks every customer has spoken about, or majority of the customers have spoken about. The highest feedback that a particular feature is getting, you typically give it 10, and then you weigh it accordingly: 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So based on the frequency of feedback, you give the weight, and it is लॉजिकल. ये मतलब कोई वैसा नहीं होता कि इट इज मैथमेटिकल, इट इज प्योरली लॉजिकल कि इफ आउट ऑफ 10 customers 8 customers have spoken about a particular thing, I will give it 10 out of 10. So that is how. So it's a roadmap activity is not a mathematical activity, it's a logical activity, right? Since it's a logical activity, most of 90% of your roadmap is based on a logic that you have developed. It's not something that you have to be very, very focused कि नहीं यार वैल्यू 10 की जगह 9 दे दूं तो क्या हो जाएगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. It is not very. So that is exactly what I would suggest. You will try to give the highest value to a particular feedback which is very spoken very highly in number. Yeah, cool. Up the next part is how to write effective PRDs. The best PRDs are key to effective communication on value driven features, both for users as well as the business. The cleaner the PRD, the better its implementation. The better its implementation, the closer you are to execution. The cleaner the PRD, the better the execution. The better the execution, the closer you are to getting the right kind of product for the customers, right? These are very fundamental. PRDs are fundamental to the PM's vision. A PRD is, और एक बहुत बड़ी गलती करते हैं लोग. People think PRDs are product requirement documents. It's not a document, it's a draft. Product requirement draft, right? PRDs are always in a work in progress, right? So effectively you जितना अच्छा तुम PRD बनाओगे उतना ही अच्छा प्रोडक्ट बनेगा. उतना ही अच्छा प्रोडक्ट बनेगा. So writing a PRD is extremely essential of becoming a PRD. Now what I'll do is ना, give me a second, मैं PRD एक share करता हूँ तुम सबके साथ. Give me a second. Give me a second. This is one of my favorite PRDs. Are you able to see it, guys? Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. मैं कर रहा हूं, मैं शेयर ही कर रहा हूं, 2 सेकंड दे दो. अब दिख रही है? Is it visible now? Give me a yes in the chat. Is it visible now, guys? Awesome. So सबसे पहले तुम PRD में लिखते हो the project name. What's the project name? Right? Then you write the problem alignment. What is the problem that you're willing to solve? Right? What is the problem? The problem can be improving the sign up flow for makemytrips.com. Right? Then you talk about the high level approach, that this is the solution, that I will improve the API capability of makemytrip.com and I will be effectively be able to improve the sign up flow. Then you put across the goals that I put across. These are high level goals, ideally in a priority manner, and these are measurable success metrics. These are highly measurable. You keep it short and sweet. You also write sometimes non-goals. What I mean by non-goals is that if a particular goal is hit, it should not hit some other goal. For example, if you're improving the sign-up flow of flipkart.com, it should not affect the revenue of flipkart.com. It's a non-goal. Goals and non-goals. गोल का मतलब होता है what should improve, non goals का मतलब होता है areas which cannot improve or which should not improve. Right? Then you put the solution alignment, that what is the solution that effectively should be used, so that it is effectively what is the scope of the solution. And here you write all the features in terms of an itemized feature template के हिसाब से. मतलब basically you will have to write all the edge cases, that starting from if you want to improve the sign up flow, number one you will write improve the API latency by 500 millisecond. Number two, reduce the fields from 4 to 3. You will write everything in a feature driven manner, that basically what is the flow of the feature. You will write all of those things. Then you will mention the key flows, and you will also give the UI for the key flows. Then you will write the key logic. If there is a logic that you want to run through, that the feature has to be run through, then you will put across the key logic. And the last is the key milestone, launch plan and the key milestones, कि किस दिन क्या क्या रिलीज होगा, कब पायलट रिलीज होगा, कब बीटा रिलीज होगा, कब अर्ली एक्सेस रिलीज होगा, कब लॉन्च होगा. एंड लास्ट में होता है ऑपरेशंस चेकलिस्ट, that basically, does analytics need something from you, does sales need something from you, does marketing need something from you, does customer success need something from you, and you will put it across, and then your PRD is ended. And you also put sometimes a change log which says that something has changed in the PRD. So that is something that you will do. So you will start by the problem alignment, high level solution, the narrative, the goals, the non-goals, the solution alignment, where you will write the feature level requirement, then the key flows, key logic, and the launch plan or the key milestones that you will put across, and an operations checklist. That is extremely important for writing a great PRD. मैं ये PRD भी तुम्हारे साथ share कर दूंगा. Give me a second. Slide. तो मैं ये टेम्पलेट मैं वीडियो के लिंक में ही शेयर कर दूंगा, एंड आई विल बी इफेक्टिवली बी एबल टू शेयर इट अक्रॉस विद यू गाइस. नाउ अब हम यहां पे मैं थोड़ा स्टॉप करता हूं. आज के लिए इतना अच्छा है. आई विल टेक certain questions now. If you want to take for the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'll take certain questions, and उसके बाद हम questions करने के बाद we will effectively. And one more thing, आज आपने जो भी सीखा है, please write about it on LinkedIn. And please writing on LinkedIn is extremely important. It is a way for recruiters to reach out to you, to better understand who you are and how good of a product manager can you be. So write and tag me in the post. I will try to comment on the post if you learn exactly. So please start writing on LinkedIn. This is a very good platform for people to learn. And please subscribe to the channel. मैं बहुत मेहनत करके आपके लिए videos बनाता हूँ. Please, I will try to do more and more videos. I will call very good people. Please subscribe to the channel and share it as much as possible. Please like the video as much as possible. अब मैं कुछ questions ले रहा हूँ. Let me take the questions. ठीक है? So प्रांजल का question है, do you think there are as many jobs available that everyone wants to get and still find a handsome job? Yes, Pranjal, it is extremely possible. Product management ke liye there are innumerous number of jobs available. There are 100 plus unicorns in the country, and even as a fresher, if you make a very good portfolio, you will be able to do a very good job at it. And simultaneously just अपना portfolio अच्छा बनाओ और प्रैक्टिस करते रहो और साइमल्टेनियसली प्रोडक्ट सेंस, प्रोडक्ट एग्जीक्यूशन के क्वेश्चंस करो, और ये करने के बाद यू विल बी एबल टू गेट अ वेरी गुड जॉब. देयर आर मल्टीपल वीडियोस ऑन द यूट्यूब चैनल व्हिच आई हैव डन, सो जस्ट गो थ्रू द वीडियोस एंड यू विल फाइंड अ वे. ठीक है सर, पीआरडी क्यों बता रहे हो? अभी तो पूरा पीआरडी पर काम किया. अच्छा ठीक है यार, वो तो मैं बीच में बताने के लिए. ठीक है, अच्छा, ओके. Next question is, timelines and roadmaps are two different concepts, but why do business always combine timeline with a roadmap? Can you help us understand the difference and correlation? See, roadmaps definitely are different. These are very different, and timelines are not part of the roadmap. They are generally given in a very systematic manner कि business को क्या चाहिए. So generally business decides कि in the next 3 months what you want, and that is something that is extremely important, right? But जनरली रोड मैप के साथ टाइमलाइंस नहीं होती हैं. रोड मैप के साथ हमेशा ये होता है कि हमें 6 महीने में क्या अचीव करना है, हमें 12 महीने में क्या अचीव करना है. इट इज गिवन इन अ वेरी वेरी स्ट्रक्चर्ड एंड इन अ वेरी थॉट ड्रिवन मैनर कि हाँ यार ये होना चाहिए इन द नेक्स्ट 6 मंथ्स टू अचीव अवर गोल. क्योंकि बिकॉज टाइमलाइंस तो आई जाएंगी ना स्ट्रेटजी के साथ. स्ट्रेटजी कभी भी तुम 1 साल 2 साल की बना रहे हो तो तुम्हें तो लॉजिकली यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट इट इज ऑलरेडी टाइड टू अ टाइमलाइन. बट at a task level it's not. So just to tell you, in an overall broader sense, yes, timelines are there, but in a task level it's not. So there is no correlation. The correlation is only at a broader level. How to prioritize a feature of a product that is not doing other end. It is, see, Taruna has written how to prioritize a feature of a product that is being used by other enterprises. It may be valuable for one and not for other. Very true, Taruna. It can be so that some company has developed a feature which is not important for our company. That's why it's not the single most criteria. There are 6 criteria that are talked about: competitive advantage, then analyst research, analytics and metrics, customer feedback. You take all of them into account, prioritize them in a value versus complexity way or impact versus ROI way, and then choose it across that whether that is valuable or not. There are n number of videos on the channel where I've talked about the impact versus satisfaction quotient. Just go through it and you will be able to understand that how to select a particular feature. Awesome. So Shweta is writing, are roadmaps flexible or rigid? And what if some? Yes, we can. So Shweta, roadmaps are very flexible. They are generally at a thought level they are fixed, but overall roadmaps are flexible. You can choose some tasks from it. You can also deprioritize some tasks in the backlog, and we can effectively change them across in a way so that business achieves their metrics. What tools should one use to check product funnel? See, I will do one more video on product analytics, and the video on product analytics I'll talk about tools like CleverTap, Mixpanel, and we'll do that. But overall, in order to check the product funnel, you use tools like CleverTap, Mixpanel, etc., all of those kind of tools. Okay. So I will do a focused interview series. Aditya, I will do a focused interview series, and it would be I will try to put it across that how do you effectively solve do interviews. Yeah, yeah. Cool, folks. Ayush has asked product roadmap and vision are the no they are not. Then they're not the same. Product roadmap is a list of items. A vision statement is the overall vision of the product. Yeah. So Rajendra Uppal has asked, what do you love the most? See, the great part that I love about product management is that it gives you the ability to solve new problems every day. So as a product manager, you get to solve new problems every day, and you fall in love with the fact that you are helping the customer get value and improve their life in a seemingly better way. Yeah. Guruji Raman has written, please discuss the full life cycle of starting from vision. Please build on a single example and thank you. Guruji, I will do that. We will effectively do a complete case study on product life cycle. I will give you an example of Edureka, my previous company, how it started, how they reached to a point, how they reached to the saturation phase, and eventually how they died and eventually kind of got acquired. Yeah. थैंक यू गाइस तो आज के लिए मेरा मेरा अभी रुको 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 यू डोंट हैव टू लीव two things. Please, whatever you have learned today, put that across in a sheet. Writing is the best way to learn product management. Write LinkedIn posts around it. Please like the video, share the video with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Please do that. And LinkedIn पे लिखो, tag me across. You will learn a lot more things. और मैं बहुत अच्छे अच्छे वीडियोस अब लाने वाला हूँ. I hope you like the session. And अगर तुम्हें if you like the session, give me a thank you in the chat window. That would be super lovely. हाँ और yes मेरा next cohort और I also do product cohorts where I teach people to get into product management. तो मेरा next cohort most probably अगले एक महीने में launch हो जाएगा. I am tying up with a new company called Tag Mango, which through which I will launch the cohort, and I will take 50 participants in the cohort. The price of the cohort will be somewhere around 25 to 30,000. That I've still yet not decided. It will be an 8-week cohort through which I will go through the entire process of becoming a PM and help you in placements as well. That is something that I'll do. Please, thank you very much. It was super lovely to meet all of you guys. And next week मिलते हैं. Next week मैं एक AMA session करूंगा. Criteria for entry. The only criteria is passion. Anybody can become a product manager. Please, there is nothing like that I will choose specifically, but I will try to make the criteria in such a way that it has people from all walks of life. Awesome. Thank you, folks. Super lovely. Bye bye. Please like the video. Thanks a lot. Bye bye. Take care.